Hi, is it Mr. Budweiser?
Yes, ma'am. You can call me Jimmy, though.
Okay, Jimmy, my name is Tia. I'm a student of physical therapy here at UIW, and I'm going to be kind of taking you through this process of PT. I'd like to start off by just giving you an idea of what today's going to be like. We're going to start by just like a little bit of a patient interview, just us talking, getting to know you, a little bit about what brought you in today. And then we'll go ahead and go out front and take care of the actual physical exam part.
Okay, sounds good.
But it's going to take about an hour. Is that going to be okay?
Oh, yeah, I've got all the time in the world.
Okay. I will be writing down some things, but just taking notes just for document purposes.
Okay.
If we can start off, just to clarify, you're 38 and your date of birth is 10/9/1978?
Spot on, yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. If you can start by telling me a little bit about what you do for a living.
Sure. So I am an independent contractor. I have my own backhoe, and I will contract myself and my services out to different contractors or just individuals that need my services. That can range from digging trails to digging ponds, stuff like that.
Yeah, very active. How long are your weeks about?
So the work week is typically about anywhere from 40 to 50. I'm a independently contracted out, so it can range, but usually I'd say around 50.
Okay, 50. That's quite a long week.
Okay. Yeah, it really is. But I like what I do, so it doesn't feel as long.
That's great.
Sure.
Are you currently working right now?
I'm not. So the pain that I'm having is preventing me from doing that.
Okay.
So not currently, no.
Okay. Well, that's why you're here, right? We'll help you get there.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you involved in any exercises or activities, hobbies, anything like that?
So no, I don't do too much. I've noticed myself, gaining a little weight that I don't want to be gaining. So I went on Craigslist and I bought myself a weight set. Put it in my garage. I've been using it, not as often as I should be, but I do have it and I do use it from time to time.
Okay, well that's great. You're taking the first steps. At it all during this process, you have any questions or you'd like any recommendations, we can definitely keep that communication open.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. So it looks like here we're gonna start talking about what brought you in. Your primary care physician, they went ahead and sent a referral, and it looks like it's for your right knee pain, possibly strain.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Can you kind of describe where that is, or show me where it's
at? So on this right knee here, just in the front, just where that kneecap is.
Okay. Yeah.
That's typically where my pain is at. That's really the only place I have it.
Okay. So nothing goes down to the calf, to the feet.
No,
nothing
ma'am.
There? Okay. Nothing
no,
in the thigh or up the back?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And is that the only pain that you're currently having, not just being the one you referred to, but anything in your arms or in the other leg?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, just in the old knee.
Okay. Is there any numbness or tingling?
None of that.
Nothing, nowhere? Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and draw here on this guy. If you can go ahead and let me know on this chart, is that about where your pain is?
Spot on.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the pain you're having, can you kind of give me an idea of what it feels like? Is it dull, achy?
Yeah, I'd say those two, dull and achy. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's sharp or anything like that.
Okay.
Dull and achy. I think those are two good words.
Okay. And is the pain causing you to at all use any sort of assistance? Or?
Nah, I'm using my own two legs as much as I can.
Okay.
I do have some trouble doing some things, but I don't use any crutches or a cane.
Okay, perfect. Nothing like that. Alrighty. Okay. So when you do get the pain, have you noticed what kind of makes it come about? What aggravates that knee?
Yeah, so I'd say walking. Walking is probably the biggest thing that brings it on. But also I have trouble with stairs, and that poses a problem for me because I can't get in and out of my backhoe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so stairs and walking.
Yeah, those are my big two.
Okay. And how long does it take for those symptoms to kind of arise, so the dull achiness to come about?
For walking, I typically, that happens about 7 or 8 minutes
7 or 8
walking.
minutes, okay.
And then with the stairs, it's pretty much, instant there. And it takes, I'd say, about 5 minutes for that to go away once that happens when I'm on the stairs.
Okay. So when you're walking and when you're going up these stairs, you said it takes about 7 to 8 minutes. Can you rate that on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being no pain at all, 10 being the most pain you've ever had?
I'd say those are about I'd say a 4. I mean, it's not like the worst pain I've ever felt, but it's still not very comfortable.
Okay. Does it ever get above that 4, like at its worst?
Nah, I wouldn't say so. I'd say that's about the worst that we get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you also go ahead and rate me at its best, 0 to 10?
Yeah. So at its best, absolute best, I have no pain at all, no trouble with it.
Okay.
That is not a problem.
Okay. Do you have any pain currently here? So talking to me?
Yeah, just a little bit. I give it about 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Okay. Good. Okay. So if you were to, again, experience the pain, have you noticed anything that kind of helps ease the pain?
So my doctor gave me some Motrin. I've been taking that, and also I put some ice on it. I've always been told ice is good for anything like that. And also I like to put it up on a pillow.
Okay.
When I'm resting, or when I'm laying down on the couch or the sofa. That really helps out a lot too.
Okay. So elevation, ice, just kind of resting it, and the Motrin.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you still taking the Motrin?
So I stopped about, I'd say like a week ago. The swelling kind of went down. I figured I don't like taking medicine that much, so I just stopped taking that altogether.
Okay. Okay. So I kind of want to get a general idea of what your day's like with the pain.
Okay.
Let's start off with the morning. What does your knee feel like?
So I'd say it probably feels the best in the morning.
Okay.
I sleep on my back, and I put those pillows underneath. And I'd say when I wake up, it feels best. It's a little stiff, but other than that, it feels the best in the morning.
Okay, a little stiff. And how about throughout the day when you're doing your activities?
So when I'm like running around, working out outside the house, it bothers me. I'd say probably about that 4 we were talking about, because I do a lot of walking when I'm doing my daily routine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say that 4 out of 10.
Okay. And then last, in the evening, how's it feel?
Evening, it's not as bad in the evening because I get some time to rest it. I'd say on the scale, I give it about 2. 2? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So, just to clarify, in the morning, it's kind of at its best, a little stiff.
Sure.
In the kind of middle afternoon is when it gets to its worst, about 4 out of 10.
Yes, ma'am.
And then it'll kind of come down there at night.
Yep, after I've had a chance to get off my feet.
Yeah. Do you ice and
that's when I do all that, yes, ma'am.
Does it ever wake you up in the middle of the night?
No, ma'am. No, I sleep well.
Okay, good. Okay, so I kind of want to go ahead and transfer into switch off to the paperwork you came in and filled out. I noticed that you, mostly for the most part, you filled out no, like in the cancer and any previous like stroke or high blood pressure. Nothing like that from you.
None of that
and your
me.
family?
None of my family. We're all pretty healthy.
Okay, that's great. Looks like you don't smoke, which is
no, ma'am.
Perfect.
Never have.
You do consume about 4 drinks of alcohol
yes,
per
ma'am.
week.
Yeah, most of those are about on Sundays when I watch football with my boys.
Oh, awesome.
And I might have 1 throughout the week, but that's really about it.
Great. Who's your favorite football team?
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Me too.
Gotta love them boys. Let's go.
Okay, and it looks like you just happened to miss asthma and bronchitis. Is that something you're?
No, I must have just missed that one. That's a steady no for me. I don't have any problems with any asthma or anything like that.
Okay. And a little further down, it talks about trauma. You said you've experienced some trauma?
When I was in high school, I was on the football team, and I got tackled and broke my collarbone.
Okay.
They slung me up, and it was fine. So that's what I'm talking about when I said yes to that.
Okay. So no current pain with that at all?
No.
Hasn't been bothering you?
No, ma'am.
Did you see PT for that?
I did not. No, ma'am.
Is this your first time?
It is. It is. So.
Is it going okay?
Yeah, I'm excited. You're nice, and seems like you're really interested in getting to know me as a patient. So
definitely, that's one of our main goals. And then a little bit on the last thing here, sustained morning stiffness. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's just in the knee when I wake up. I don't really have it too much anywhere else. I feel pretty good everywhere else, so just in the knee there. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had that before the knee?
No, that came on with the injury. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I'd like to ask you if you've had any sorts of X-rays or MRIs on the knee before.
My doctor had me get an MRI. I went back to him when I got the results, and he said everything was good. No broken bones. Got strong, good bones there. So
perfect. Okay. Good bones.
Good bones.
Okay. We had talked about the medication that your doctor prescribed you. Do you take any other kind of medication?
No, ma'am. I'm not a big fan of meds. Okay. So
great. At your house or wherever your living situation, can you give me a little idea of
Yeah, so I live on a plot of land. I got a trailer. It's got about 5 steps up. Got some animals, and it's flat for the most part. Got some trees, got some bumps, but that's my home.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of land.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now I kind of want to transition into learning a little bit about what happened to the knee. How did it come about?
Yeah, so I was rounding up my animals, and I have a goat that was real ornery. I guess I ticked him off, and he rammed my knee, and that's how it happened.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Oh, it's all right. He's a rambunctious fella.
Well, our main goal is to help make that go away. I hope the goat's okay.
Oh yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Have you ever had an injury like this before?
No, ma'am.
Nothing like that?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, that seems to kind of answer all the questions that I needed here. But I do want to kind of establish some goals. Okay. So if you can start by telling me what you think you want to get out of therapy and what's going to help you the most.
I'd like to return to work. That's the big thing that I want to do.
Okay.
I work for myself, and if I don't get out there, I'm not making any money.
Yeah.
So that would be my number one goal, and just to relieve that pain would be my second big goal.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to work on walking and getting you back out.
Yes.
Up and down those stairs on that backhoe.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. And we'll definitely have an open communication between us.
Okay.
If at all, you have concerns about some of the goals that we may not be reaching, or ideas on exercises you think might best help your knee, feel free to communicate that with me. But let's go ahead and go out this door up to the front and start the actual physical examination.
Okay? Sounds good. All right.